Hello, I just thought I would make a short video on how to play the keyboards. You know, I love music. Let the whole world share your interest in music. Let's make our music bright. Instead of writing new music on a piece of paper, let's paint it on the sky. Just like on a lovely summer's day. Just a few facts about me. I've done lots of films, as you know. I first became interested in music a few years ago. Going back much further than that, I learned to play the recorder at school and was very fluent in that. Well, by the way, I find the recorder is a very underestimated instrument, I must say. Nevertheless, the recorder introduced me to several musical concepts I will never forget about scales and notes and this type of thing. You know, and more recently I have seen some artists live, and this has given me much inspiration. And I thought, well, everybody's got a book in them, so they say, so maybe everybody's got a song. I'd like to have a go at songwriting, and with YouTube, well, I can, and the whole world can see. Whether you like it or not, that's up to you, but anything I write is written from the heart. Anyway, 2 Christmases ago, I bought myself an acoustic guitar. That was fine for a while. I found it a bit difficult though, because of the guitar's a bit large and I found it a bit difficult to play. So what I did, I started to learn the ukulele. Origins from Hawaii, so I believe, and it's got a lovely tone, you know, really great. So now the first thing a good ukulele player does is to tune his or her ukulele every time it is played. The ukulele's obviously got 4 strings, whereas the guitar's got 6. And in a sense, the ukulele is easier. But I learned to master the ukulele, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my other films about the ukulele. Easy chords to play on a ukulele: A minor, C major, F major, A string, and here we go. But I wanted more than this. You know, if you want to master a stringed instrument, well, you need to learn at least a dozen chords, for example, to play the ukulele proficiently. Okay? Now I was learning all about chords and, without realising it, about music theory. Music is based on chords. You know, we talk about intervals, major thirds, major, minor sevenths, etc. It's like an interval of sunshine between showers, you know. So when I was playing the ukulele and learning all about music, it occurred to me 18 months later, well, hang on a minute, this is what the piano or keyboards are all about chords. And so it seemed to me, excuse the pun, a natural progression to go from the ukulele to the piano. Just for you the sun will shine. Part of me knew that I had to get a bit deeper into music to learn how to harmonise the notes. It's no good just playing a melody on its own, because that's great, but when you add chords to it, the music stands out. Now, I've always learned things in my life by dipping into books here and there, picking up bits here and there, a bit like a jigsaw, and it all comes together in one go. And I suppose, in a sense, this is the structure of the films that I'm trying to do, to show you, if you're interested, on how to play the keyboards. Or maybe I might do one on how to play the recorder in the future, I don't know. There's little bits here or there that you might be interested in. Watch this film as many times as you want, and every time you watch it, take a little bit out from it each time, and you'll see it all piecing together. So, about 4 months ago, after having learned to play the ukulele fairly proficiently, I bought a keyboard for £12.99p, which is a tremendous bargain. Only problem was it did not have a charger, but that was no problem. You know, and that keyboard, and I think it's fair to say that I could play the keyboard fairly proficiently within a few months, which is jolly good going. But I would not have been able to do it if I hadn't learned about chords whilst playing the guitar or the ukulele. As I said earlier, this thing about wanting to harmonise a melody that one has written, you know, how does one do it? I had to find out how to do it. And then you look into music theory books, and it looks ever so complicated. And then you read somewhere that if you take triads of notes, which are 3 notes in the same scale, they sound good together, and you experiment, and then, you know, you find out where middle C is on the keyboard. I mean, that's the first thing you should do, really. But I didn't know that until a few months ago, when actually middle C, when you see a bit of music, is right in the middle of the keyboard. It's pretty obvious, but... Right. So sit comfortably at the keyboard and gently press middle C with the thumb of your right hand. Sounds great, but let's make it much better by playing the triad of notes which comprise the chord of C major. Wow. Now what I want you to do is to keep your thumb on middle C and 1 octave to the left of middle C. With your left hand, gently place your little finger on note C, your left middle finger on the note E, and your thumb on the note G, and press gently. Now to create the C minor chord, carefully place your left little finger on the note C, your left middle finger on E flat, which is a black note, and your thumb on G, and press gently. Notice how the chord of C minor sounds somewhat sad. How dare they do this to you, the staff and pupils too? Flapper lugs, big is a cool, big is a fab. You should walk proudly round the chemistry lab. Do 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 do. Psychological dynamo, you just tell them where to go. Flapper lugs, flapper lugs, flapper lugs.